Okay, so we're back. This
Back
is
at
us, Factor Fiction Podcast. Jumping into a con Swiss draft. It's been a couple weeks since we brought you anything, and actually a couple weeks since either of us have drafted.
It's been a couple weeks since we've even been around each other. My buddy Brandon here's been on vacation.
Yeah, been in Portland,
and so
it was awesome.
We which Portland is for you to guess, and
Are there multiple Portlands?
Yeah, Portland, Maine.
I did not go to Portland, Maine.
Let's narrow it down. I think we're cracked, dude.
Oh no! Why? Okay. Well, so we'll waste a couple seconds there, and then do some fiddling.
On the fly fiddling, and then do you want to make it bigger?
I do want to make it bigger. Okay, so we did it. So right off the bat, we got a crap rare.
Mm-hmm.
I do see some good cards here, though. I see a Murderous Cut, which is just great.
Yeah.
I see a Jeskai Wind Scout, which I really like. Flying is great in cons. And I mean, I know we've been gone for a minute and the format has changed. What are you leaning to between these two?
Probably Cut, but I like the other one too.
Okay.
Whatever you want.
Okay, we'll take the Cut. We'll take the Cut. It's a good card.
Yeah, Cut's good. You can play Cut in a lot of things.
So anyways, we've been away from the format for a minute, and I think what we're going to try to do here is just kind of read the signals a little bit.
We've done a lot of cube drafts.
Yeah, a lot of cube drafts. I mean, it's been a long time since we drafted cons at all.
Mm-hmm.
I like to follow up this Murderous Cut with another on-color card, like this Ruth.
Yeah.
She's a pretty lady, and she kills things.
She does kill things.
And what else could you ask for?
She's real good. Yeah, she makes somebody lose 2 life, which is cute, but also at the same time, she just is a 1/1 death touch, which is pretty great.
Other things of mention. Big fan of Aerostorm.
Mm-hmm. Grizzly, I know you like.
Big fan of Grizzly. Boone's a good trick. Other than that, not a whole lot here.
Rough Riders K. I'm kind of glad we didn't take the 2/1 flying, because I don't think we would have. I think we would have seen this pack and been real disappointed.
Yeah, I agree. I think taking the Ruthless Ripper was the best card there, if you ask me.
Right.
I mean, on that note, Bloodsoaked Champion is a good card.
Bloodsoaked Champion's good. I like Death Frenzy in the right deck too.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Throttle's fine.
Throttle is. I didn't even see the Throttle there, but Throttle's a fine card.
And the nice thing is Bloodsoaked Champion might let us be able to go into like this kind of Black Warriors, Black-White Warrior type thing if we pull it,
I mean, I like the Champion. I've only gotten to play with it one time, and it did everything I expected it to.
Mm-hmm.
It's just nice to keep some pressure on, and let's just do that.
Let's do that. I think that that's not a bad thing. We got a couple of early drops and a couple of removal. It's a bummer because I really don't care for the Swiftwing, but
no, that I don't like it either. I do like Mandrills.
Mm-hmm.
I do like Obzon Charm, and we're only in black right now, so Loxodon's fine, but we don't want to take it here.
No, I like
Ponyback's not bad.
We've passed a Mardu Charm, which is a little bit of a bummer.
I mean, we've kind of passed like Mardu stuff.
I feel like if we were super heavy Mardu,
I'm leaning towards the Mandrills or the Charm.
I'm leaning toward the Charm.
Or we could pick up this Foil Scoured Baron.
Yeah, if this is real life, I'd want the Foil Scoured Barons, but I think I'm leaning toward the Charm.
I think I am too.
I don't want to go too crazy on Delve. You're not saying a Mandrills is a bad card anyway, regardless, but I think Charm is more powerful, and this is the point where we might be benefiting from a direction. Also, third pick past Knobs on Charm, maybe that means Obzon's a little bit open.
Right.
Especially with a Watcher of the Roost.
Yeah, we'll take a Watcher here.
Wow.
Not a whole lot of things to fight with it. Roar is great if you're in a teamer deck. We're not.
Right.
We're not going to play this Roar.
We absolutely have not cared about anything Power 4 or greater.
Scavenger is also a very good card, but I think Watcher is comparable and doesn't make our Murderous Cut worse.
Right. Exactly.
So we'll take a Watcher here.
Yeah.
And I like where we're going. I like where we're headed.
This is kind of fun.
Wow. So, do you like Hate Blades or Debilitating Injuries more?
I think I like Debilitating Injury.
I know I like Debilitating Injury, so I'm glad we're on the same page there.
Hate Blade would not be a bad card at all, but I think Debilitating Injury is going to... I mean, right now, as far as removal goes, we've got Cut, Charm, and Injury.
And Ripper, kind of.
You know what I mean? We might even wield the Hate Blade.
Yeah, so we'll take an Injury here.
Who knows? Maybe we'll end up kind of in this.
Let's get a little bigger here so we can see everything.
You know.
So I don't want to take the Ponyback Brigade because I like this Objon Charm more.
Better, yeah.
We could take a Jungle Hollow. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Or we could take a Bonkin.
I think that we're going to get Bonkins later.
I think so too. I'm leaning towards the Hollow myself.
I like the Hollow. I think that makes it so it's going to be an easier chance to splash the Obzon Charm.
Right. I mean, right now we could be a black-white deck splashing for the charm.
For the charm, and maybe another green card we get if we open a cool Obzoni rare, or or what have you.
Attendance. It's the only thing here that we
want. We can let all these blue and red please take blue and red things, other players. Yeah. We don't want them.
We'll take an attendance. We might even play it. Who knows?
Yeah.
I like the Ancestor more than I like the Warden, personally.
Yeah, I'd rather take something that's more on color as opposed to something that, like, we don't want early green drops right now. And
so this buys you time, but doesn't give you any inevitability, whereas this definitely gives you inevitability.
Absolutely. Also, it's a warrior. I mean, if we open a Chief of the Scale or whatever,
yeah, that's true.
We can really, really capitalize off the fact that we've just picked these cards.
I kind of want to have a purse for the sideboard. I do like Briber's Purse. If we end up being aggressive, it could be good. If we end up being defensive, it is good. And I mean, we don't really want any of these besides maybe the Strike, and not much at that.
Even then, yeah.
So we'll take that and probably put it in the side. And yeah, sure, we'll take this Death Frenzy that came back.
I'll take a free Death Frenzy.
That's awesome.
Love it.
We'll take a Act of Treason from somebody.
Sure.
I guess.
We're not.
And we'll... actually, this Blood Firementor could get in our way. We don't want that. I like this art.
Yep, that art I'm playing is better than that card that's not playable outside of an Artifact EDH deck, so...
Yeah.
And even then it's fringe. What was I thinking?
And maybe someone will put it in their deck.
Maybe someone will put it in their deck.
Dummy.
Yeah, because then that's better for us.
Make this even bigger.
Little bit of reds coming to us.
Jeering Instigator is a very neat card. That being said, we're probably not taking it.
Right.
Because we're just not there.
Nope. But that being said now, and don't get me wrong, I know I hate to say it, but the Chief actually is looking like not a bad card. I mean, I don't think we can pull off mono black, do you?
No, and I don't think there's a lot of incentive to. I think Horde Chief is a fine card, and we need more creatures. It makes warriors if we end up in that deck, and Despise is the only other card I'm looking at all.
Yeah.
And who cares? Maybe Pine Walker, because for that green splash stuff.
Right.
But I like the Horde Chief just fine here.
Yeah, I think Horde Chief is going to be good and do kind of what we wanted to do in this deck. It'd be nice to pull a thing or two that'll really let us push through. Like, I know in the very beginning we passed the 2-1, the card that gives 2-1 and to warriors and lifelink.
Right. Rush of Battle.
It's a bummer to do that.
So Sandstep Citadel, I'm in love with these lands. We all know that. I don't need to say it, but I just did. Also, Feat of Resistance.
I think I want to lean toward the feat here.
Okay, I agree with you as well. I think we'll take the feat. There's a chance this comes back. There's no chance this comes back. You never see feats come back.
No, especially because we got past 2 banners. I know that's not really super indicative, but it also means that somebody, like, I don't think anybody's trying to go real hard 5 colors.
Right. So, and if we don't get the Citadel back, we might get this Jungle Hollow back, so that's fine too. Or a Bonkin. Like, there's stuff here for us. I like the feat.
Yeah, I think feat's good. I think it'd be nice to pick up a couple of good white cards.
I like Bonkin here.
Bonkin is super great. I don't think I want to do anything other than Bonkin.
The only other thing I'm looking at is Scavenger, but again, I think we want to focus on our early drops a little bit more.
Yeah.
We'll take.
We're an aggressive deck with removal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's looking like that. Speaking of which, do we want another debilitating
or a kill shot?
Have a kill shot. Here's the thing: if we're an aggressive deck, we don't want a kill shot.
Right.
Debilitating injury, I like it because even if it doesn't kill something, we can swing anything we have into it and probably be fine.
Yeah, I think that's a fine pickup here. we're going to be super heavy black. We're just going to be one of the most black draft decks I've ever built.
And there it is. There's the Raider spoils that we want.
And that gives us such a big signal that nobody else is in the Warrior deck, at least within like 3 or 4 people.
We have a Warrior that makes a Warrior. Not a Warrior, are you? I wish.
Nah, Soldier.
But we have a start on some Warriors, and also we just have small creatures that get bigger with it.
Yep, absolutely.
And other
creatures
than that,
you control just get 1/0, and then Raider
there's
Spoils
also
is
we're not passing anything really.
Yeah,
we might even get this Ancestor back, but who knows?
Bummer to see the Dragon Grip, I know, and the Savage Punch.
I mean, Warriors go up in value here, and Unyielding Krumar is a warrior. That is actually pretty good.
Yep.
And he goes in a spot that's currently empty.
Yep. I'm a big fan of that. I mean, it's either that or Smite, and I think that we're going to be doing fine.
I like Swarm of Bloodflies a lot.
Me too, and I think it makes any pickup that we make as far as the little obs on Lords better.
Yeah.
And those are always in white.
Yeah, the bonk. Yeah. Okay. This deck's kind of just falling into our lap, it seems, and I'm not gonna complain.
Yeah, I don't know if it's I don't know if it's the best or most powerful deck. Somebody's gonna just end up with Infinite Tomb of the Spirit Dragons, man. Lucky them.
Yeah, seriously, they can go all in on that deck. Honestly, this is weird, but sometimes, in a deck we're clearly not gonna play any of these.
Right.
And these are throwaways. I'm gonna take the Dutiful Return, not just because it's on color, but also because sometimes you want to play it.
Right.
In a deck where you have lots of small creatures that die, it just says draw 2.
Yeah, draw 2.
It's a different weave fate, and that's fine. That's acceptable.
Of course, this is the draft where we see fucking Infinite Ifrit Weapon Masters.
Yeah.
I love that card. I've always wanted to play a bunch with it. And
we never pick. Whenever we're there, we never see them.
I know. Whenever we're looking at Jeskai or looking at 5-color.
That being said, I think we're just going to take it away from somebody. Or should we take this Monastery Flock from somebody? Honestly, that card poses more of a threat to our deck, I feel like.
Me too. Because I don't want to waste a kill spell on it,
Right. And we're only taking something because there was nothing there for us. 3 for a 2/2. You can sack stuff to put counters on it. If you sack big stuff, it drains life. It's in our colors.
We're not gonna play anything else,
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of taking something you could play over hate. I try not to hate cards if I can.
And at this point right now, we're not.
I guess we'd rather have an Archer than a Dreadmaw, and we could splash an Archer.
Yeah.
We're probably not going to main it, but...
Yeah. We're not the sacrificey deck.
And we're in the dregs. We'll take a banner.
Yep. Oh no.
And take a Snakeskin.
Snakeskin's not the best I've ever seen. Dreadmaw, and look at that pretty island.
Okay, so we're going to cut some stuffs real quick while our things are popping. I'm going to take this... we'll leave the Bloodsucker.
Leave the Bloodsucker. I don't think we're...
Archer. Other than that... Oh, and this Dreadmaw.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, we're looking pretty good.
We're pretty heavy black. By the way, I'd like to take this time in the pause to thank everyone who subscribed.
Yeah, and
Super cool.
Thanks so much. It's awesome to read your comments. It's awesome that you guys are watching. Mm-hmm. Makes us want to do it all the more.
Yeah, the entire time that we haven't been doing it, I've been just wanting to get more stuff out. So that's because of everyone who's left comments. Even if the comments are like, "Dude, you guys sucked. Why'd you pass Time Vault?" It's like, yeah, all right. Well, at least you're watching, man.
Yeah. And honestly, you're kind of right. We could have a sweet Time Vault deck. This is not from a cons draft. This is from our cube drafts we're doing. But yeah, we're listening, and thanks for talking to us.
Yeah, we're stoked that you're talking at all. Okay, so we don't want a second Doodle 4 turn right off the bat. Probably Ruth is good.
I like Ruth a lot. Other than that, I'm looking at a Horde Chief.
Right.
Maybe
It's a bummer because I really would like to try to find ways to win, and I have a feeling that's...
But we're trying to swarm.
Yeah.
I mean, we can win if we kill all their stuff and hit them for 1 a lot.
Yep. Riders on the Swarm. Let's do it. Or Storm, or whatever. Fuck it.
A Falconer is a way to win.
Falconer is a very good way to win. Falconer can just do it on its own.
Other stuff are not ways to win.
Yeah, we're not going to play Assault Road.
I hope we get the Salt Road back, actually.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, we have the First Strike Lord. We have the Falconer. And... there's nothing wrong with it. We'd maybe play another Jungle Hollow just to make sure we can hit our Charm and possibly Death Frenzy. But it's an easy Falconer here.
Yeah, I'd take Falconer over a lot of cards in this format. I'd like a Kieran, but maybe people have heard our love of Kieran.
Well, There is some stuff.
This is a great pack for us.
I mean, part of me wants to try for this captain, but, like, on the splash, I just don't know.
I think
there's a Hateblade and a Skull Hunter here, and I don't think we need to dip into another color when there are... if neither of these cards were here, then I would maybe want the captain over a kill shot.
Mm-hmm. I think captain is... or I think green is good for just splashing Charm and Frenzy.
Right. I like Hateblade more, personally. Yeah. A big thing is the Death Touch lets it attack.
That's true. Yeah.
Which is really interesting, and
let's do it. Let's do it. I think we're in the land of ones and
Skull Hunter back.
Yeah, we're in the land of 1s and 2 drops. So
we'll take a Battle Priest.
Why do we?
Or do we want a feat?
Another feat?
I like the Battle Priest here.
Me too.
This is a weird and interesting deck that we're building.
Bitter Revelation wouldn't be bad either.
No, it wouldn't.
But I don't want it over.
We're not taking over either of these. I'm actually really kind of split on this. I love me a Battle Priest. It would give us a bunch of great lords for counter stuff. I love a Feeder Resistance because it lets you keep what you want or push through damage. But I mean, what do you think?
Well, especially with the Death Touch stuff we have, being able to double up on that is pretty good. Maybe, I don't know, man. Battle Priest, I think, especially because we've got the Swarm. I
think Battle Priest too. It's also more of a way to win.
Yeah, I think that's going to be pretty good.
That was a tough one though.
That was a very hard decision. At this point, probably Scavenger.
Yeah, Sultai Scavenger's looking pretty good here. I mean, Harrier's a warrior, but so is Scavenger. Also, we're not all in on the warrior thing. No, we only have one card that cares.
Yeah, we didn't really get much that cared about warriors, and I think I'm okay with that. Maybe 2, because I think, speaking of the splash, I think Obzon Guide's kind of worth it.
Obzon Guide's definitely worth it. I wish we could take this Blossoming Sands as well, but we're just going to take Obzon Guide here.
Yeah.
It's great. It's just what we needed.
Oh, man.
Kintry Invocation... probably not great in our deck.
Which is a bummer because I fucking love that card.
It's an awesome card, but it's just we're going to be paying 2 for a 3/3 at best usually.
Yeah, we're not the big wall deck.
I think the Scoured Barrens is actually just nice.
Scoured Barrens is probably the pick here. I think we have enough playables right now.
I think so too. I think we have a pretty good deck here.
We're not the big blocking deck, which is unfortunate.
We don't want to Brave the Sands or the Dreadmaw. We don't want any of this really.
Nope.
I want to take this away from somebody.
Me too. I think that's pretty good against us because we're on the Swarm.
Do we want another Death Frenzy?
Well, at this point, how good is Retribution of the Ancients?
Remove. Never. It is never good.
Never good?
It is. So you have to already have creatures with... So you have to do work to put counters on creatures to make your creatures less good to maybe kill other creatures, and it costs a card.
Right.
It's never good.
Okay, so maybe we Death Frenzy here.
Either that or a Dragon Scale boon.
The other thing is I think Death Frenzy...
I like that the boon puts counters on stuff, too.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to take that. I don't think you want a Death Frenzy twice in a game.
No.
And I think the one we have is probably going to be sideboard anyways.
Anyway. Me too.
We'll take the Salt Road that we were talking about before.
At that point,
we'll
maybe it's
where
not bad.
It ends up.
Don't care about any of this.
Because it's our colors.
We did real well. Nobody gets to draw 2 cards.
Okay.
Nobody gets it. Just us. We're the only ones who will weave the fate.
And we'll take this banner.
Yep.
And this pet.
Oh, hey.
It's on color. And this planes.
Hey, planes.
We're going to play that planes.
Yeah, we'll
and
run
our
it.
other planes.
We'll run it.
Where are you?
Come on. There you go.
Oh.
There you go. That's in.
All right.
You're in. You're in the
Good
deck.
Deal. So here's our deck. We're just going to shuffle it up. And no, not really.
4 lands. 4 lands, 32 cards. That's, you know what? That's called hot tech right there.
That is. That's a bold strategy that we're not going to attempt today. I think we have some pretty easy cuts. I think the last couple cuts are going to be pretty tough, actually.
Yeah. Okay, so just to put that there, that puts us at 28. We want to be down at what, 23?
Just because we might... that's a card we want in the sideboard, along with Death Frenzy, I think. I think we can cut the banner pretty easily.
Yeah, banner's an easy cut. I think Boon...
Although we only have... So let's see. Off of our 1 Jungle Hollow, I guess we could play a forest, too.
Yeah.
Jungle Hollow and a forest, we will splash a guide, maybe a boon, and definitely a charm.
And a charm.
So we don't want a banner. We don't have time for that nonsense. We can probably cut this Bloodsucker pretty easily, too. And then we can do this. And that allows us to... Hey, why are you moving our stuff? Why are you moving stuff? Don't be...
Magic likes to move stuff like it knows you.
Why are you moving stuff, man?
Magic wants to pretend that it knows you.
Okay, so you be looking at the bottom while I'm organizing this top.
So I think that the Horde Chief, the Falconer, all these are good cards. I'm really glad we didn't go in on the green one that Reach Lord.
Yeah.
Because that's not that great. But I think, honestly, with Bondkin, Falconer, and Battle Priest, that Swarm of Bloodflies is so good.
Yeah, the Swarm's good. I think we can cut these attendants here pretty easily.
You think so?
Yeah. I think it's just too high end for us.
Scavenger, Guide, Bloodflies are kind of our finishers, which are not super great. I think Sidisi's
Scavenger's
Pet...
going to be... to cut, yes.
Let's cut Sidisi's Pet, and I think that takes us to kind of where we want to be.
Let's see. 2 injuries, a charm, boon, spoil... Dutiful Return we actually want to cut as well.
Yeah.
We don't want it in our main. We might want it in the side. So, that being said, do we want the Bloodsucker because it can put counters on itself?
Yeah, I think so.
And it's just another creature?
Mm-hmm. We ended up kind of this weird Black-White Warriors that didn't get much care for Warriors, but we ended up like Black-White Obzon.
Yeah, we are Black-White Obzon, which is cool. I really like being 2 colors. If I can in this format. People, last I was playing, kind of just took it for fact that you play 3 colors, and I don't necessarily agree with that.
I think our mana is going to be better. You know what I mean? Like, part of me, I understand the power of Dragon Scale Boon, especially with a lot of our other cards, but part of me wishes we weren't playing it. Because, you know, just for that reason.
I think we can afford to have it sit in our hand, though, if we need to.
Yeah.
I mean, and I even think we could get away with playing 2 forests if we really want to be sure to hit the guide and the charm. Just because they're, like, our power.
I think there's some of the better cards in our deck.
So I think we will do that. So we're going to put in Barrens, these 2 planes, because they're the best.
They're our planes. And Jungle Hollow.
Just Jungle Hollow. And then we will add basics. And we want to skew towards black.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. I think...
Because we already have the 2 planes.
We only want to put in 2 forests.
Right.
So that gives us another black.
Mm-hmm.
And we can take out a planes to give ourselves another black. So we have 8 black. Oh, wait. 8, 9,
5.
10 black.
10 black.
3, 4, 5, 6 white. 3 green. I think we could go 9 black.
9 black and up the white.
And up the white one.
I think so, too.
So 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 8, 9, 2, 3. And I think 3 is... I mean, 3 to splash 3, one of which is colorless. That's fine.
More than enough. And it's nice
that
we ended up picking a lot of white cards that's going to be good to flip Watcher. I think Watcher's going to get there too.
Yeah,
so.
Watcher will get there. Watcher was kind of on the fringe for a minute just because if you can't flip it, it's really not worth it.
Pretty brutal, but...
I just want to take a quick peek because we have the time here. So, our lords. Our lords are Bondkin, Falconer, Battle Priest. So, probably my 3 favorite lords of them. And then things to go with them are Salt Road, Bloodflies, not the guide,
Bloodsucker.
And also...
Ancestor, right? Isn't Ancestor the...
Oh, yes. Thank you. Disowned Ancestor. And Obzon Charm.
Dragon Scale Boon.
Dragon Scale Boon. Mm-hmm. I think we have a really...
And Feet of Resistance.
I think we have a really cool halfway point between our decks.
Yeah.
By the way, we shouldn't have been on the fence about the Priest versus Resistance. That was... silly.
Priest was the better card.
Priest was definitely the way.
But
I didn't realize how much of this we had. Because also, what go well with these is these.
Yep. That's right there. That's about 10 cards in our deck that are just going to play fun games with each other.
Mm-hmm. And then besides that, we have, I really like that we're playing 4 1-drops.
Me too. Death Touch to get there.
Exact. Death Touch to get there. Or, we can tricks these with the morph and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the Raider Spoils is going to be awesome with all of our cards, really, because we're just playing little stuff. But also, let's just look at our Warriors, too, because we also have time.
Hate Blades of Warrior.
So, Scavenger. I don't think any of these are. They're all soldiers. but Disowned Ancestor is a warrior.
Is Bloodflies a warrior, or am I crazy? It's
I
an
don't-
insect, I think, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's just an insect.
Yeah, you're right.
Horde Chief
Horde Chief Animake's a warrior.
and Bloodsoaked Champion. So we
And Obzon Guide.
Oh, and Obson Guide. So wow, we even have a decent Raider spoils package here too. Somehow we magically ended up right in the middle in a good way.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of times you end up in the middle in a bad way.
Yeah, but it was in the middle of it's just like things that are good with other things that are good, but they weren't dissonant. You know what I mean?
Right.
They don't take away from each other. They're not pulling you in two separate directions. They're just saying like play little things. Also, if it's warriors, good. Also, if it has counters, good.
Right.
Which
And
we have all those things.
great. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for
This
this.
is gonna be a fun day.
I did not expect this to go this well.
Yeah, me neither.
So let's see how it goes.
And
We're gonna submit and we'll
see you in round
see you
one.
on the other side.